Hey there you guys, this week we're going to discuss why so many car manufacturers are turning to turbocharged engines to improve their power and their average miles per gallon. Now, to really understand it, I think first we need to look at how a turbocharger works. So think of it kind of like this. It's sort of like a pinwheel that's in the exhaust tied to a fan in the intake. Now, as exhaust gases flow past this pinwheel, which is actually called the turbine, it's directly tied to that fan in the intake, which is called the compressor. Now, as that compressor spins, just like a normal fan that pushes air, compressor's doing the same thing, but in the intake. So it's pushing air, it's forcing air into the engine. Now, as you force more air into the engine, you also have to increase the amount of fuel. Now, in the automotive world, fuel equals power. So we're pushing more air, we're getting more fuel, we're getting more power out of the engine. So that really on the surface explains why turbocharged engines have more power, but why are they more efficient? That all has to do with something called volumetric efficiency. Now, volumetric efficiency is basically a measure of how easily air flows through an engine. Think of it kind of like this. An engine acts a lot like you do when you're trying to drink out of a straw, except obviously it's trying to suck in air. Now that suction requires a lot of energy. Sometimes 10 to 15% of the engine's power is going just to sucking in air and pushing it out the exhaust. On a 500 horsepower engine, that would be 50 to 75 horsepower. And this is where the turbocharger comes in. Just like if you took a juice box and squeezed it, that's what a turbocharger is doing. Instead of sucking the air, it's being pushed into the engine. Now the engine is not having to use that 10 to 15% to suck in air, but it's now using it to move the car. The best part is, those exhaust gases that are used to turn the turbocharger would have otherwise been wasted. So essentially all the energy that you were losing to pulling in air is basically an efficiency gain. Now obviously there's a lot more complexity that goes into turbochargers, but it really all relates back to these basic principles in the end. If you've got some questions, or if you want a deeper explanation, let me know down in the comments below. If you want more videos like this, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We have new content every week, so make sure you check back, and see you next time.